Last night, we saw exactly that as Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors took on the Brooklyn Nets in a matchup filled with intensity, frustration, and one of the most thrilling comebacks of the season. Curry was visibly fired up, taking things personally and responding in the most Curry-esque way possible, with a deep three-pointer, a look-away shot, and an ice-cold takeover. But how did the Warriors rally from a 22-point deficit? How did Curry go from frustration to domination? Stick around, because this is a game you don't want to miss. Less than a minute into the game, things took a scary turn for Warriors rookie Brandon Podziemski, who had to head back to the locker room after holding his lower back. That was already a tough blow for Golden State, and things only got worse. The Nets came out swinging, capitalizing on early Warriors turnovers and going on an 8-0 run. Golden State just couldn't find their rhythm, and it wasn't until Moses Moody finally got them on the board with a layup that things started moving. Right after, Stephen Curry drained his first three of the night, but Brooklyn wasn't backing down. Suddenly, the Nets caught fire from beyond the arc, hitting 4 consecutive three-pointers to push their lead into double figures. The Warriors were getting outplayed, out-hustled, and outshot, and that's when things got heated. Now, you know Steph is one of the coolest, most composed superstars in the game, but last night, the frustration boiled over. At one point, an opposing Nets player extended his hand for what looked like a sarcastic handshake. Steph wasn't having it. Instead of shaking hands, he straight up bumped into his defender, sending a clear message: "I ain't here for games." That moment, it was a rare sight. Even head coach Steve Kerr was heated, arguing with the refs. And boom! Both Curry and Kerr got hit with technical fouls. The Nets took full advantage, stretching their lead to 20 points by halftime. The Warriors looked shaky, frustrated, and out of sync. At the break, Curry had just 7 points. Gary Payton had 6, and the Warriors were down 60-55. Could they bounce back? Oh, you better believe it. The second quarter saw Quentin Post, the Warriors rookie, give the team a much-needed spark. He drilled 2 three-pointers while Jimmy Butler started dominating inside, bringing the Warriors within 10 points. But just when it seemed like Golden State was climbing back, Brooklyn fired back with another barrage of threes. 3 straight triples, and suddenly the Warriors were back down big. Then, with under 3 minutes left, something changed. Curry, who had been quiet most of the half, snapped. He drilled back-to-back three-pointers, cutting the deficit to just 6 points. The crowd was getting loud. Then, just before the half, Steph pulled up from near half-court, double-teamed, and bang! A near half-court buzzer beater. The arena went crazy. The Warriors were suddenly back in it, trailing just 60-55 at the half. Momentum shifted. Golden State came out of the locker room like a different team. Draymond Green wasted no time flexing after an and-one layup. Things started getting chippy between him and Nick Claxton as both players refused to back down. You could feel the intensity rising. Then, Steph Curry took over. He drove to the basket, avoided multiple defenders, and finished an acrobatic and one layup. The Warriors put together a 13-5 run, with Curry fully locked in. At one point, after a smooth layup, Steph even looked directly at the camera like, "Yeah, I got this." The Warriors finally took their first lead of the game when Jimmy Butler drained a three-pointer, capping off the epic comeback from 22 points down. But Steph wasn't done. He pulled up for a deep corner three and looked away before it even went in. Classic Curry swagger. Brooklyn wasn't going away, though. They responded with a 9-2 run, and by the end of the third quarter, the Nets were back on top, 89-86. With Curry on the bench, it was Jimmy Butler who carried the offensive load. He hit tough baskets, keeping the Warriors ahead 95-91. Then, Curry checked back in and made an immediate impact. First, a crafty reverse layup. Then, the dagger, a ridiculous deep 3-over-2 defenders, putting the Warriors up 104-97. That was it. The Nets had no answers left. Golden State locked in defensively, securing one of their biggest comebacks of the season. Final score, Warriors win 118-107. This game was a statement. Stephen Curry went from frustration to domination, finishing with 30 points and 6 three-pointers. Jimmy Butler, a beast, dropping 28 points. This was one of the most thrilling comebacks we've seen all season, and it proves that the Warriors still have that championship DNA. What do you guys think? Was this one of the most fired-up performances from Curry we've seen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell